lovely, lovely. Everything is working. How are you, real estate rock stars? Your coach Borino with you, broadcasting live from the Borino Worldwide Marketing Headquarters. Here we are, December 6th, coming to you live almost every Tuesday at noon Eastern Time, where we talk real estate, we talk money. You want to see something? You want to see money? Hold on. Hold on. I got a new prop for you. I can't use this much because it rubs the mic, but check me out. Hold on. Let me cut to a different camera. I don't know. Can you guys see it? You can't really see it. Can you see it here? Oh, you can see it here. Here you go. It's all about the money, 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 so I can keep my honey, honey, honey. One deal a day keeps the IRS away. All right, baby. That's what it's going to come down to, really. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It is about the money. Yes, you want to serve the community. Yes, you want to be a cool real estate agent. Yes, you want all those good things. But at the end, money will give you the freedom. Here on this broadcast, every week, we talk about how to make a lot of these bad boys. That's really, or I have the bling side. Check it out. The exclusive side, huh? How is that? Look at that. Let me cut here, huh? You want more of these, especially in 2017? Stick around. I'll show you how to get there. I'll teach you. I have the tools, the information, the resources, and the voice. Because I use foul language, I will do whatever it takes to inspire you, to motivate you, and to push you. So welcome to today's broadcast. We're going to have a good time. Coach Borino with you. How are you guys? Let me say hi to some folks. Everybody good on Facebook? Awesome. Bunch of you already came. Wonderful. Good to have you guys. And we are broadcasting to YouTube as well. Excelente. Everybody good there? Nice. Good. So we're going to have fun. We're going to spend about an hour or so. If you have any questions, my friends here on Facebook, post them right below the video. We're going to check it out. Bling, bling, dinero, Borino, Robin. That's exactly right. Yes. Mr. Robin checking in. Very nice to have you. Linda, happy Friday to you as well, even though today's Tuesday. Where are you, darling? You must have a good life if today you consider to be Friday already. Anyway, do you guys like my cup? Want to see? It says, just be cool. Look at that. Huh? Pretty cool, right? See that? Hold on. Let me show you. This is a better shot. Be cool, no matter what. You got to stay cool. Because this business will throw you curveballs, man, left and right. So, let's start with some agendas. What are we going to cover today? First of all, we're going to congratulate one of our own rock stars. Is about to celebrate something special. So, we're going to talk about that real quick. I have a drawing for you because so many of you submitted some really cool name ideas for the new video program that I'm coming up with. So one of you will win. We're going to draw a lucky winner. We're going to talk about what to do before the holidays. I have a big box here. And I'll show you what this whole thing is about. I open it live for you right here on the broadcast. And we're going to have a good time. So, everybody good? Yes. Everybody can hear me. Excellent. Diana checking in. Nice to have you, Diana. Welcome to the broadcast. Mr. Brian English, always good to have you, my friend. I'm glad you're entertained. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, first of all, let me congratulate to one and only Roxy, the real estate rock star, who is getting married in 3 weeks. Congratulations. Hardest working real estate agent. Congratulations. I'm really happy for you, Roxy, and all of us wish you all the best. Stay with us. Do well. Let's make 2017 not only your happiest, best year in terms of your personal life, but let's make it a money year. What do you say? Roxy, congratulations. I have the privilege and the pleasure to work with you. We've worked together here in DC. She was here in a live workshop. She's in my boot camp, and it's an honor and privilege, and I can't wait to see how you're going to crush it in 2017. So, big congratulations on the big day. Let's answer some questions. What do you guys say? First one is from Tasha. She has a question. I want to start 2017 with a bang, but your boot camp doesn't start until February. True, which I'm signing up for. I want to get expired listings now. Will I have to pay for it again when I sign up for the boot camp, Borino? Will I understand how to work the expired listing system while waiting for the boot camp to start? Like, is it self-explanatory? It's absolutely self-explanatory. We have crash course, video courses where I'll walk you through the entire system so you can be taking expireds within days. That was my intention all along. So you have the marketing library at your disposal, you have the scripts, you have the outline, you have the maps that will walk you through the process, how to contact expireds, where to find them, how to approach them without resistance, how to be viewed differently from the very beginning, and what to do once you do make a contact through follow-up and then getting a listing appointment and a listing. So yeah, it's a self-contained system. Now, of course, you and I will have an implementation session. When you get the Expired Plus, you come on board. I will help you set it all up personally. We get on the phone, we'll chat about your business, see where you are, and I'll help you get going. Now with the bootcamp, whichever program you have, tangible program, physical program, like the FSBO or the Expired Plus, when you come do the bootcamp with us, you will get credit for any program that you already have as a thank you for being a customer. Okay? We're starting a bootcamp in February. If you are curious, set up a call with me. You can buy it. We need to go through a phone call first where you and I just talk for 10, 15 minutes. Where you are, what your goals are, would you be a good fit for the bootcamp, would it be a good program for you? Because we're going to spend 7 intense weeks working on it together, so I want to make sure this really is money and time well spent for you and I can get you to the result that you want. Cool? So that's that question. Now Wendy wants to know, I send out 30 letters to expired listings for houses 500,000 and above. I receive phone calls from 2 and have listing appointments for both. One of them is going to be a hard sell after speaking with the owner. Any ideas and thoughts how I can stand out and market this property, as this seems to be his main concern? The house was previously listed for $750,000. Thanks. That's Wendy. Wendy, first of all, congratulations on going after the expireds. As you can see, if you use the system, mail the letters, call them, visit them, text them, you go through the process, it works. You're going to get listings, you're going to get appointments, you're going to get leads. So kudos to Wendy. Now, what do? The expired seller, not just this one, but expireds in general are slightly different animal than your average prospect. Here's why. Put yourself in their position. They had these hopes and dreams and plans to do something. They went through the whole process of interviewing agents. They picked one whom they trusted. They were moving forward, all excited, probably looking for a property somewhere else, taking steps towards their dreams, towards their goals. 6 months later, nothing happened. Disappointment, frustration, anger, confusion, all these emotions. So you have to approach it from a different angle that you would, let's say, a referral or open house lead or a door knocking lead or direct mail or web lead. So it's slightly different. You must understand their state first. Now, underneath it all, below all these emotions is one single emotion that is the most important emotion there is. And that is fear. They're simply afraid. They're afraid because they don't know who to trust. They're afraid that somebody's going to take advantage of them again. Another agent will come and fuck things up again for them. They're afraid that the move will not go smoothly. They're afraid that they're making a mistake. There are all these fears in their head. And now they're afraid that they have to deal with another real estate agent because they do want to move. They do have a core driving emotion. They do have a desire to move. So as you can see, it's not a happy place, not a good place to be. So you're starting not from zero, from even, from neutral. You're starting below, which is okay, because it is what it is. At the end, they need your help. At the end, they want to sell. At the end, they will pay you a commission. At the end, it's going to work out. You just need to know you have to climb up first from the distrust and confusion and disdain, where they put up these walls with objections and with not being available, not responding. They do all kinds of things just to postpone the inevitable, which is I need to sit down with a realtor, I need to sign the listing, I need to get the sucker sold. So knowing that, the concern that this seller and every seller has is not about the marketing of the house. Think about it. They don't want someone who's going to market their house. That's not their goal. That's not what you're after. What they really want is somebody competent who they can trust, where they hand it over. What they really want is to live somewhere else, to feel better. That's really their goal. Now, the reason they're concerned about marketing, and the reason this particular seller is specifically concerned about marketing, because they got burned once. They don't want to make the same mistake twice. It's just like you guys. You've been through other coaches, other trainers, other programs, other systems. And if it didn't work out, you were very cautious and very apprehensive at first when you and I met, right? Maybe on YouTube, maybe on Facebook, or God knows how you found me. Maybe you found me on search engines, right? But there was a little apprehension. It's the same thing. The reason it's all the same, because we're wired the same way. These are emotional responses, not a logical response. So what do? First and foremost, you focus on trust. The way you build trust first is you have to understand their situation. And the way you understand their situation, you ask questions. You have a conversation with them. You have to connect with them. Now, this doesn't need to take 2 hours, 3 hour, 4 hour psychiatry session where they lay on the couch and they tell you their life story. Now, if they do, and sometimes they do, That's different, and it's not necessarily bad. But within minutes, you can build this connection by using the right language, by feeling better, by being in a confident, connected state. And I teach you all that in Core Influence, and I teach you on these broadcasts, and I teach you everywhere, because I believe that your ability to communicate effectively with strangers and to make them feel comfortable is one of the core qualities you have to develop to be a successful agent, regardless of how you generate your business. So I would do the same with this seller. I would understand what is their drive, what is his pain, what is the pleasure, what is it they're really trying to achieve, and let's see if I can help them. This would not be a needy approach. This would not be a kissing their ass or impressing them with 150-point plan of action, marketing plan. That's part of it. Having a good marketing plan helps. Having a good strategy helps. Being an expert helps. But that's not what will get you the listing. What will get you the listing is positioning yourself as somebody who wants to understand, like a doctor would, like an accountant would, like any professional would, and then offer a solution. Where it is not about impressing the seller. It is about connecting with the seller. So you do that by approaching it from, let's see if we like each other, let's see if we trust each other, let's see if I can understand your situation well enough to diagnose if I can deploy my tools and help you. See, what you want to do is switch and shift it around from seller qualifying you to both of you deciding. It's a mutual decision, but it's even. Where the seller now feels it's this way, and with many agents, most agents really, it's this way, right? Where the seller's up here picking the right agent from the slim pickings that they have to put up with. So when you, Wendy, and everybody else, you guys, my rock stars, you come in, the dynamic's very different. Where you always have the freedom to say, you know what, I don't think I can help you. Based on what you told me, I don't think that's going to work out. That gives you tremendous power, that ability to say, no, I can't help you, thank you. The freedom to be able to walk away. Now, reason most agents don't, can you guess? Of course you can. Because they're needy, they're desperate. $750,000 listing, fuck me, that's like $20,000 commission. Of course I want it. How do you know? How do you know you can help these people? How do you know they're honest? How do you know they're realistic? How do you know they're motivated? How do you know what they're trying to do? You must know and understand first. So seek understanding first. Ask questions, have a conversation with them, 10, 15, 20-minute conversation. Qualify them, then you decide. If it works out, thumbs up, awesome. You're going to help somebody be cool, get paid, they're happy, you're happy, everybody's happy. Buyer finds a nice place, another agent gets to sell it, everybody makes money. Cool, win-win. But you can also come to a conclusion, no. And that's fine. Yeah? Does it make sense, Wendy? So that's how you approach it. Ask questions, be high status, cool agent, posed, confident, good communicator. Don't allow the seller to control the conversation. You be in control of the conversation. Talk to them, of course. That doesn't mean you're arrogant, you're an asshole. No. You're cool, you're friendly, but you're still very confident and you're still in control. Just like your doctor is in control. You don't control what's going to happen in your doctor's office. You never do. That's why you go to the doctor. If you knew how to do it, who needs them? Yeah? All right. So, good question, Wendy. How are you guys? Mr. Rob Garza checking in. Good to have you, my friend. Mr. Matt Makowski, always enjoying it. Roxy, hello. Bright to be. Congratulations. I hope you heard my little speech at the beginning. All right. People liking it. Thank you for all the likes. Appreciate it, my friends. I'm glad you're enjoying it. All right. So, let's see what's cracking here on our good tube. Just want to make sure the broadcast. This is the first time we're broadcasting live to both Facebook and YouTube. So, just wanted to make sure you guys can see it well. And it looks like it's all working very well. Good. All right. Thank you for all the likes. All right. Sound is good. Just checking. Good. Is it helpful so far? Are you learning, guys? Yeah? Good. All right. Now, if you have any questions, I'll get to as many as I can. Just post them below the video. And we'll just keep cracking. Click for more. Hold on a second. I'm just going to mute this. All right, good. Groovy. I just made it so that I can see your comments live as they come in. All right, let's go to the next question. And I see your question, Robin. I'm going to get to it in just a moment. All right, lots of thumbs ups. Thank you. Appreciate it, good guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Tanya has a really good question. This was posted on our Rockstar group. So Rockstars, I have an agent who let her license expire. It's been 2 months now. I've been trying to contact her with no response. I know she was working with a potential seller, but I don't know the sellers or their complete address, but I know a partial address. Is it wrong of me to market to the street address of homeowners knowing that the potential sellers live on that street? Am I marketing to? Yeah, absolutely. 100% yes. It is absolutely a great idea. Here is why. They wanted to work with the previous agents whose license expired. They're looking for an agent. Tanya, you're a good agent. You're a competent agent. You know the market. You know how to help them. Totally okay to contact them. Now, if you don't know the exact address, knock on a few doors, talk to some people, perfectly all right. On top of that, here's what I would suggest. See if you can reconnect with that agent. And if the agent is not responding, not much you can do. But if she had one lead, she might have more. Why not sit down? And this goes for all of you guys. If you have an agent in your office or in your area who quit or is about to quit or retire, work out the deal with them. Tell them, hey, I take over your leads. I'm going to follow up with them. Maybe you can introduce me. That would be cool. And we'll work something out. I'll pay you some referral fee, a fair percentage. Work out the deal. It's a great way to expand your lead base. So do that. Okay, great idea. Now, if it doesn't work out, you don't find them, never, ever, and this goes for Wendy, Tanya, everybody, all of you rock stars, and you're already doing it, but just reiterate, never get stuck on one lead, just one lead. Never get too stuck and too hung up on the outcome of just one lead. If you get them, awesome, you're doing a good job, but if you don't, keep going. It's never about just one lead, one seller, one transaction, one buyer, one commission. Don't ever make it. Because if you do, you get so attached to it, you lose sight that there's a bunch of other stuff you must be doing. Primarily, look for more people, look for more leads, generate more business, always. Much stronger psychological position to be in. Okay, Jacqueline has a question. Planning to send out Christmas card to all of my past clients. Not too many, unfortunately. Next year will be different. Of course it will be different, Jacqueline. You're a rock star. You're part of our group. We'll take care of our own. And I was wondering if it's okay to throw my business card in there. Maybe you have seen my post, my reply to her. If you haven't, I always say do not. Absolutely do not include your business card with your Christmas card mailing. It's a bad idea. Because sending something so cool and personal like a Christmas card, handwritten, nice, warm wishes to somebody wishing them happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, and all of a sudden there's a business card there. It changes my perception from, ooh, cool, pleasant to, oh, marketing piece. And you get these marketing pieces, right, from termite company and title company and your lenders and all that. And it is mass-produced business solicitation, not something that's supposed to be very personal, warm, and connecting. So skip the business card. Handwrite them, and I know they're a pain in the ass, especially if you have a large sphere of influence, but trust me, they work exceptionally well. Now, I wanted to show you something. This is from my friend Lisa, who is an extremely successful real estate agent here in our area, in Falls Church, Arlington area. She's with RE/MAX by invitation. And we got this in the mail. A big box came in the mail to my house. And attached to it was this. So let me show you what's inside. There is a card inside. Yeah, nice card. And look at this, handwritten card. Now watch what's missing. See something not falling out of this? Notice? What's missing? A business card. So it's a beautiful wish, handwritten, signed by our friend Lisa. Lisa, thank you so much. But here's where it gets interesting. Appreciate this very much. Nice touch. Lisa took it up a notch. So it came with this giant box. FedEx delivered it to our house. And inside this, God, that smells so nice. Can you guess what that is? Look at this. Look at this gorgeous, lovely Christmas wreath. Now, isn't this classy? Isn't this awesome? Isn't this impressive? Love it. Fresh, beautiful Christmas wreath. We're going to hang it on the door today. So big kudos, big thank you for that. And I know you can't send 100 of these. That would be expensive. But what if you did? To your best clients. To people who referred somebody to you. To your existing clients. Press the shit out of me, I gotta tell you. And I get a lot of stuff from people, and thank you, I appreciate every single one. Every card, every wish, everything, of course. But this was really nice. So just an idea to inspire you, which you can do. Now, here's the thing. Lisa is doing about 45 transactions a year. Her average year is about $750,000 to $760,000 in gross commissions to her. Do you think there's a connection? Now you say, well, hold on, Borino. If I make 700,000, of course I'd be sending shit like that. It's the other way around. It's the other way around. She takes such good care of her sphere. And I'm not saying be lavish. This is not to waste a lot of money. But it's the gesture. It's the thought. It's something personal more than just a stupid corporate card with a slap company logo on it and a business card in it. That's the reason I wanted to show you that. Pretty cool, right? All right. So we got some questions. Mr. Patrick Adams. Aloha, my friend. How is Vegas? We will be in Vegas in January. You know, maybe we can set up like a one-day workshop. What do you think, Pat? Would you be interested? Because Hannah, my wife, runs a very successful staging company, and every year they have this large real estate conference, staging conference in Vegas. So I'll be in Vegas. Maybe we'll come a day early and do a little workshop for you guys. Let's talk. All right. Todd, Mr. Todd Pence, thank you so much. Let me read the comment Todd posted. Borino, even after 20 years in the business, I will say that you, Borino, are the best coach that I have ever seen. And I very much appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for that. What a nice thing to say. All right. Sonia says, I agree, creating relationship with our clients and continue. Yes, absolutely. It is about relationship. Now, again, you're not buying the business. It's not about spending a lot of money, but doing something extra, going the extra mile, showing your appreciation and human connection. Now, of course, your business connection is with them. It is to serve them as clients and serve their friends, relatives, people they know. But it's how you get there that makes all the difference in the world. Yeah? Tom wants to know, where did she order the wreaths from? Tom, I really don't know. There is a ticket inside. I will pull it out later. I'll open it. I'll let you know. Okay? I will post it. I will take a picture and post it. All right. Robin has a quick question. What's the best way to keep track of follow-up specific sequences for FSBOs and expires? Very good question, Robin. I would suggest to set up a good contact management system. And you know me. I recommend only one now. I used to recommend two. Now we're down to one. Go with LionDesk. Many of you in the past, I recommended Realty Juggler. Still a good system, very robust system, fairly easy to use. It will get the job done. I just believe that LionDesk is ahead. As far as the technology, as far as what it can do for you, as far as the tools that you have available within the system, and compared to the price, I mean, you can get it for $200 a year. And if you need the link, I'll post it as well. It is a great system. So here's what you do. You will set up the sequences. Now, we are working on it with LionDesk to have the libraries already preset, but we're not there yet. We're still working out the kinks to make sure it's working right, because I want to include stuff like video and texting. If you're going to move it, we're going to move everything and make it really cool for you. So we're working on it. But even if you do it yourself, once you set it up, it's fire and forget. That means you have a sequence set up for expires. You have a sequence set up for FSBOs. Now with both systems, the FSBOrino system and with the Expire Plus system, you get the library, what to send them, and you get the guide, when to send it, what is the sequence, and how you incorporate things like personal text, your personal videos, your phone calls, your interaction with the seller, which is essential in that process. And then, general rule of thumb for follow-up. Remember this, guys. Be in touch with every lead you have. Now, by lead, I mean somebody who's going to move within the next 6, maybe 8 months. Set a criteria. What is the good lead for your specific market? This could be 3 months, 6 months. I wouldn't go further than 8 months. And then you keep in touch with everybody every 14 days minimum. Every 14 days, twice a month, they hear from you. And this can be an email, this can be a text, this can be a postcard, this can be a letter, this can be a visit, this can be a phone call, this can be a message you leave for them. One way or another, they have your name, and preferably your name and your face, and something cool and helpful and interesting or impressive like this in front of them. And then you just repeat, and you repeat, and you repeat. And then you notice the bell curve. And the bell curve is this. So you encounter the lead right here. Can you guys see it? Is it visible? Just want to make sure. Hang on. Okay, you can see it. So this is the first encounter. And this could be you called an expired listing. This could be you met the FSBO. This could be somebody sent you a referral. This could be an online lead that contacted you. How much is my house worth? Anything. And then you start keeping in touch. So you send them a thank you note. That's the first touch. Let's say you send them so this would be a thank you note. This would be, let's say, a CMA or a market update. And you just keep in touch, keep in touch. After about 5 of these touches, you're going to start noticing this. Your conversion rate will rise. This is the zone after about the 5th touch where you start getting appointments. And it's going to end about here, by about contact number 15. So in other words, you have to have a sequence that has at least 5 touches for you to start seeing results. Now, why does it take 5? Because human psychology, first of all, the first one is just an initial encounter. That's just to kind of get to know each other. Think about it as dating. It takes a little while to develop trust. It takes a little while to get to know each other before you can take it a little further and a little further and a little further. Same thing here. It takes about 5 on average. Now, why 5? Because people are busy. People are distracted. They quickly forget the first time they talk to you. They quickly forget the second time they get a postcard from you. But with the repetition, you start building familiarity. And from familiarity, you're going to develop trust and connection with them. That's why 5, okay? So, you keep in touch, keep in touch. So you keep mailing things, you keep emailing, you send them a video, you drop by, you give them another market update, just listed, just sold, open house invitations. All these things are going. While you insert phone calls, and this is important, because it's during these short conversations that's a two-way communication, unlike when they get something in the mail or they get a text from you, or it's one way, suddenly becomes two-way conversation where they can ask questions. They get to know you and connect with you better. This is where the real magic happens. This is the most important part. This supports it, but this creates the magic. All the way here. Okay? That's how you keep in touch. So you have one for FSBOs, which is different than expireds because it's a different psychology, it's a different approach. There you're positioning yourself as a helpful advisor. With expireds, you're positioning yourself as an expert. Somebody who can be trusted, because there the trust fell apart with their previous agent. Some pieces can be the same, like just listed, just sold works for pretty much everybody because it demonstrates you're competent. It shows that you know what you're doing, that you're helpful. Some need to be specific. Cool? So you build these sequences, you push a button, you load your leads there, and you start. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And you let the system take over and let you know. This person needs to get a letter. Boom, prints it automatically. They need to get a postcard, prints the labels. They need to be called. They're on your call list. You just keep in touch, keep in touch, keep in touch. Okay? All right, Robin. Was it helpful? Did they answer your question? All right, good. Groovy, groovy, groovy. Excellent. Good. Robin says, thanks, B. Got it. Okay, so that's how you set up your follow-up. It is important to have it. Here's the thing. Majority of your business will not come from here, from the initial contact. Sometimes yes, but only about 20%. Your numbers will vary. They'll be different than mine. But I would be surprised if they're very much different. This establishes your first impression, who you are, you can be trusted, you're cool. That's why if you can, meet them in person, like the FSBO or expired. Even if you don't get the appointment right away, you're much better off. It's a strong position. And then you start building that trust and connection with them through your follow-up. The conversions will happen here. Majority of your business will happen in your follow-up. Now, this could be a couple of days, this could be a couple of weeks, a couple of months, you just don't know. It will depend on two things. How bad do they want to move? How bad is the pain and pleasure drive? That's why if you understand it, like we were talking about Wendy earlier, if you understand their pain and pleasure, their core drive and emotion, what is driving them, you will be able to predict how soon they will move. You will be better than they will be at it. You ever had a seller who told you, we'll be ready in about a year? And then 6 months later, there's a for sale sign in their front yard. And you go, shit, what happened? Has it ever happened to you? That's why. Because it's not a logical decision, it's an emotional decision. So if you understand their pain and pleasure, you will be able to gauge. The more pain, the more pleasure drive, the more motivation. The intensity is their motivation. So that's number one. And number two, how you're positioned. If you position yourself from the beginning, trustful, cool, high status, expert, you have a much better chance of locking it in. Make sense? Okay, good. Shanta says, I'm still following up with an expired I door knocked 3 years ago. Nice Hallmark card every Christmas and New Year's. LOL. Takes time, I guess. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. Now, as your database starts expanding, there is no need for you to keep in touch with people who don't have much pleasure and pain. This seller, for example, does not have it. How do I know that? By their actions. Very often, it is not their words that they're saying. It is not the words. It is what they're doing. Or not doing in this case. Does that make sense? So if somebody has no problem staying in the house for 3 years, they're not a motivated lead. How can you tell? Well, again, through communication. where they have enough trust in you, they can be honest with you. So one of the questions, once I have the trust developed, would be, Jim, let me ask you, if you could have it anyway, stay here or live somewhere else, what would be ideal? And then let them answer. Pay attention to not just the words they're saying, how they answer, but the emotions behind it. And I would also ask, well, if you're here for another year, would that create a problem for you? And again, watch how they react. Because if they say, no, not really. I mean, it's not bad here. We'd like to have a bigger house. You know, it is what it is. Market is slow, blah, 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 noise, 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 noise. But if they say, oh, no, we got to go. We got to move. That's what you're looking for. That's the motivation you're looking for. The pain and the pleasure. You need to know what it is, and you need to know how intense it is. Okay? There's a great call I just posted. Kudos, my man Brian. Brian Casella did an expired call where he clearly demonstrates, and what I'm thinking about doing, and Brian, if you're on the call now, I don't know if you're here, but if you want me to, I can take it apart because I can show you exactly what, and Brian is a master at this. He's really a great communicator. I mean, he's a prospecting machine. Kudos to you. Thumbs up. Really well done. But he's doing several things really well during the call. There's about a 4-minute call you'll see. I posted it in Rockstars, where Brian calls live in expired listings and uses a lot of the triggers and a lot of the language patterns and a lot of the psychology I teach you guys. He's talking about the end goal. He's talking about moving to Oklahoma, connecting with the family. It's not about listing. It's not about selling. It's not about buyers. It is about living somewhere else and feeling better. He repeats it about 4 or 5 times during the call. Even though initially he gets a resistance from the seller, he stays with it. He uses their name. He uses a very positive approach. No thread, 15, 20 minutes, nice time constraint. There are all these nice advanced communication strategies we talk about almost weekly here that he deploys very successfully all the way to getting a listing appointment with the expired. Even though expired starts with, where are all these agents when my house is up for sale and we're not selling and you're like the fourth person calling me and all that stuff. Stuff that we usually hear from expired. So well done. All right. Let's take more questions. Good times, you guys? All right. Yeah, Mr. Joe says, good stuff, excellent. Maka has a good question. I have a couple of out-of-state expired leads. I've been following up with them for a while, no response so far. How long should I continue to follow up? That is an excellent question, Maka. Sometimes there is a clear, easy formula, but sometimes there isn't. And I tell you what happened to me. I had sellers, many, some expired, some not, where I would have a conversation with them. Good people, decent people, and they would tell me, you know what, we're not moving. We're not going anywhere. We wanted to go, move to Washington, but no, we're going to stay here. We changed our mind, for sure. Thanks for stopping by. And the way they were saying it seemed very honest. So I said, all right, no need to follow up with these people. I'm not going to waste time and money if they're so clear that they're going to stay. A month later, for sale sign in the front yard. And I'm looking at it going, what the fuck? They just told me they're not going anywhere, and suddenly there's a sign there. So here's what happens. It's not that the sellers lie to you. I mean, sometimes, yes, sometimes they bend the truth. You know, sometimes they just want to get rid of the salespeople because they just don't trust anybody. But very often, they don't know what the hell they want to do. They don't know who to trust, what to do, so they just push it all off. So it's not as much about you as it's about the whole process of selling. So I learned the hard way. I lost a lot of listings until the light bulb went off. It says, wait a second, that's not that they're not lying. This is not about dishonest. This is about they don't know. They're confused. They at the moment believe they're not going to move. So I chose to follow up. Now, for how long? My rule was, if I wasn't sure, if there was maybe a hint, maybe sometimes it's just a gut feeling. Or sometimes it's just a cool property. And when I see they've been on the market a couple times before, I'm going to keep in touch. But if I would kind of go back and forth on it, the rule I had was I'd rather keep in touch than lose a listing. It is lots cheaper and it requires a lot less effort to keep in touch with this lead that I already have some connection with than find more leads, which I still would, but I wanted to have the opportunity, if these people would do something, to be one of the first ones to know about it. And I would do that through follow-up. So how long? I had some on my follow-up for a year. Sometimes even longer, occasionally even longer. If I knew, well, sooner or later these people will definitely do something. But that doesn't mean you clutter your database with so-so leads or maybe leads. Don't. Go through them once in a while, and one of the best ways to determine is ask those questions. Now, you may have leads, like the expireds you have, Maka, who are out of state where you just don't know, because there is no way for you to find out. I would give them at least the first 5 touches. And I would give it at least 2 months. Now, you can do a little homework and really research this. Here's what you can do. Spend a little time going over your MLS data. And what you're going to see is a pattern. And that pattern looks something like this. Let me show you. Hold on. And everybody can do this, of course. This doesn't take a lot of time, but it will help you. So there will be a group of expired listings, and they expire here. This is the point where they expire. That's the date. Okay? And then some will relist right away. They go right back on the market with their either current agent most of the time or sometimes a different agent. There'll be some who will never relist. They'll never go back. But there'll be a third group, and this is usually a big group, where nothing is happening, and then they go back on the market here. Now, what you need to find out is run these, and then see what is the pattern, what is this timeline? What does it usually take from the point they expire, where you make a contact or somebody else, to the time another agent lists them here? And based on the market, this could be 30 days, this could be 60 days, this could be 6 months. It just depends. You need to find out what is the average. What is the bell curve? Where is the majority of them? And that's going to be a rule of thumb. So if you can see that most of them hit the market within 6 months, predominant chunk of those go back in 6 months, then you know that your follow-up after 6 months you can disconnect. That's what I would do, because this really varies by area. Helpful, Maka? Yeah? It does require some digging, it does require some homework, but it's worth to know. It gives you good insight about your market and what's going on. Okay. Brian says, can't wait for the LionDesk update. It's already a great CRM. Borino infused would be amazing. It will be amazing. I am convinced. This is what we're working on with David, who owns LionDesk. Great guy, by the way, very knowledgeable, cool to work with. I want that to be the best follow-up solution on the planet. They'll blow everybody else out of the water. And if you're using it, you're going to crush it with your follow-up. I have ideas. I have things where I was running by David. Says, oh shit, we got some work to do. So, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be really, really good. I want you to dominate your market using this tool. It's fantastic. So that's what we're working on. That's why, forgive me if it takes longer. I wish we could deploy it right away, but when we launch it, I want to make sure that it works well, and it's doing what you need it to do, which is convert leads into appointments. That's the whole idea. All right. Shante. Cool. Excellent. Good. Okay, I'm just looking at your comments, guys. Any idea of the time frame, Brian? No, I really don't have a time frame. We want to do it, but again, it's when it's done, we'll let you know it's going to be ready. Groovy? Okay. So now, let me just do this real quick. How are you guys? Any more questions? Anything else that I can answer for you? Just post it below. All right, that looks good. Okay. Sonia has the best comment. I love that. Sonia says, you are awesome. Our real estate Yoda. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. What a nice thing to say. All right, here's another question from Joe. Seller says they want to move to another state. Their home is overpriced. How can I figure out what they want most, moving or to sell? Very good question. So let me just understand, Joe. You have a seller who wants to move to another state. Their home is overpriced. How can I figure out what they want most to move or to sell? Is this an existing listing, Joe? I would presume this is an existing listing, but it doesn't really matter whether it's your listing or it's an expired listing. Here's what it's come down to, Joe. And I teach a lot of this in the Presentation Plus system, but I'll give you kind of overview. If you don't have it, this will make sense even without it. It is never about the price. Price is never an issue. what really is the real issue with your sellers, Joe, and with everybody else, is going back to the core driving emotion. How much pain and how much pleasure do they associate with moving? See, if living in the house where they live right now is really hard on them, if it's so small, that it's so cramped, that it's so unpleasant, or if the neighborhood went to shit, or if the house is so huge that their heating and air conditioning bill is so unbearable, or whatever other reason they construct it, they attach an emotion to. And then they attach an emotion to living somewhere else. And this is there are about 15 basic core driving emotions that drive us. And it can be things like connection with the family and love. It can be prestige. It can be peace of mind. It can be all kinds of stuff. But it's always one dominant emotion. If this pain and pleasure is strong and it's pushing, then price is not an issue. Why? Because the seller doesn't set the price. Seller is not in control of the price. You know what I mean? Who controls the price? The buyer does, and the lender does. That's it. Seller does not control the price. The only decision every seller has to make is the amount they're going to get, which is what we call the fair market value, which is the most the buyer is willing to pay and the most the lender is willing to lend. The decision they make is that enough to get us to where we want to be? But here's why even that doesn't matter. You ever made a purchase on emotion and then you justify it by logic? Have you ever done that? Say yes. We all do that. We do it all the time. We all do it. I studied this shit. I've been involved with this stuff for over 20 years. God, way more than that. I teach this. I have programs about it. And I'm yet still just as guilty as everybody else. Now, it's not about being guilty, obviously. But here's what I mean. Let me give you an example. I was about 26, maybe 25, 26 years old. I just got out of a big mess as a real estate agent where I was homeless, living in my good old Cadillac DeVille in 1981 rust bucket. And I moved into a condo. I started cranking a lot of deals. I became very busy, started working expired, started working my sphere, started doing all that stuff. And got my first Mercedes. Now, mind you, I was barely just getting out of all that shit, and yet I bought a very expensive luxury car. So I was talking to my folks, and I was explaining to them, and sent them a picture. It was red, it was beautiful, awesome, big sunroof, great car. And I was explaining them how it has a fantastic gas mileage. It is one of the safest cars on the market. It has a terrific resale value. It's very comfortable. Being a real estate agent, I have to drive a lot. So all these factors were critical and helped me make the right decision, which is buy this car. We both know what the truth was, right? Bullshit. I justified. No, it was cool. It was a sign of prestige. It was a status symbol. It made me feel fucking good driving that thing around. Had a Bose stereo, 8 speakers, cranked that shit up, driving around PCH down in Los Angeles, to Malibu. You know how awesome that was? It had nothing to do with gas mileage and resale value and being a safe car. I mean, I guess it was important, but not that much. It didn't matter. It was only my justification. You and your clients do the same thing. So Joe, if your seller is stuck on price, it is not about the price. It is about their pain and pleasure drive. And what I mean by that is if there's a conflict between what they say they want to do, we want to move, and what they're doing, not moving, their actions clearly give away their true intention. They make it about the price. They justify it with the price, saying, well, if we can't get our price, we're not going to move. No, they just don't want to move. And they're using the price as explanation. So here's what I would do. Same thing what I've been telling all of you guys. Have a very open, honest, sincere, genuine conversation, heart to heart with them. What is it they really want? Now, maybe they have a construct where they're going to sell their $300,000 home and buy a $3 million home. That's not going to work if they don't have enough equity, but it's a construct. In other words, that's not reality, because in reality, if they really want to move, they're going to find another house that will fit their budget. Their actions conform to their desires and their emotions. Does that make sense? So here's what you do. You sit down with them and say, look, guys, at this price, you and I don't control the price. That's the reality. Now, I wish we could. I wish we could get you more money for it, but we can't. I don't have a magic wand. If I did, whoosh, I go like that, get you $500,000, million, whatever. It is not about what your home is worth. It is about what it's going to sell for. What is the most a qualified buyer would be willing to pay right now. And based on what's going on in the market, the most you're going to get is $350,000. That's the top. Now, I don't control it. You don't control it. That's the reality. We can't change reality. So the only question we need to discuss now is that enough to get you where you want to be? How bad do you want to live in that nice townhouse down in Florida? How important is it to you? Or would you be okay staying here for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5? Is that okay? Is the quality of life about the same here than it would be there? How bad do you want it? How much does it matter? And if you can have it either way, where would you rather be? Because I can make it happen. The only thing we can't control is what it's going to sell for. We don't have direct control over that. And if you connect with them with compassion, with understanding, and without agenda, without pressure, you will find out the truth. Because I can't tell you how many sellers I had where I became pretty good at this stuff, so I would get the listing, and then 2 months later, bring a great offer, put it on the table, and seller would stall. And I would look at them going, what are you smoking, Mr. Seller? Out of your mind, this is a fantastic offer. Let's not fuck around, let's take this. And they wouldn't. And I'd be sitting there going, I'm going to kill this guy. Has it ever happened to you? Has you ever had a client like that? Oh, I'm going to strangle you, asshole. Look at that. This is a fantastic offer. They suddenly went from college education to 4 years old. And you're sitting there going, what the fuck? Has that ever happened to you? Happened to me. It has nothing to do with them being irrational or illogical. It has all to do with emotions. Here's what's really happening. The reality of selling and moving finally kicked in. It finally set in. They finally realized, shit, we're going to sign this. That means we have to pack and we're out of here. And especially if they've been in the house for 20, 30, 40 years, if they have so much emotional attachment to it, they will use the price as a construct to justify them staying. The emotion that triggered it was fear. So your job, you and you and you and every single one of you rock stars, is to become a good psychologist, a human psychologist and an apprentice of mine of a human behavior. Where if you go in with love and understanding and compassion, you will understand sometimes people do stupid things because they're not rational human beings. Your job is to understand, number one, connect, build trust, and then see if you can help them. All right, Joe, was that helpful? So sit down with them, have a chat with them, clarify with them, and be okay walking away if necessary. Sometimes that's all you can do. Okay? They want to move close to the family, says Joe. Cool. You can make it happen. The only thing you can't control is how much it's going to sell for. You don't control the price. Okay? Mr. Brian Casella, hey Brian, good to have you, man. Says, absolutely emotional decision justified. Logic, just like I do with the Lambo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Did I tell you I was actually in the showroom sitting in the Lambo? I was not far. Not far. Yeah. Nice cars. A lot of fun. All right, my friends. Good stuff. Any other questions that your coach Borino can answer for you? Oh, I know what we're going to do. Aha. Good thing I remembered. So, remember that video course. Let me give you a quick update. We are putting together, you see this? We are putting together a new course. It's going to be how to shoot simple, easy videos just using your iPhone. That's what the program's going to be about. Hold on a second. Let me just open this up. And you guys came up with so many cool ideas. You remember I posted a video and I said, whoever's going to come up with a great name for the course, it's going to come out. We are in production, so it's going to be here. I'm hoping January, but again, like with Lion Disc, until it's perfect and until it's done, we're not going to release it. So everybody submitted some cool ideas. And I finally decided, you had tons of great suggestions. We had over 100 awesome suggestions here on YouTube and on Facebook. So the name I picked is actually a combination of two. So the new program will be called Express Video Plus. How to make smartphone real estate videos on the go. That's the name. And it was a combo of 2. So then I figured, well, how are we going to do this? Besides, I was really impressed with so many of you coming up with such great ideas. Here's what we did. We put, my son Philip yesterday worked on this tirelessly. Everybody who submitted a name on YouTube and here on Facebook, we put their name in the bowl. So you guys are there. I don't know if you can see the names. Let me make sure you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah. See, everybody is there. So we entered your name in the bowl. And now I'm going to draw one winner who's going to win the program when it's ready. It's going to be the exclusive package that will also include 6 months of membership to the Listing University. So it's worth about $500. So the great winner. Thank you all, by the way, for playing along. Great suggestion. I really enjoyed it. The winner is Hill Torres. I don't know if you can see it on that camera. Let me try it on this one. Can you see the name there? There you go. There it is. Congratulations, Hill. You're going to get the Express Video Plus with all the goodies. And all of you, of course, I will invite you to come aboard. It's going to be inexpensive. We're going to price it below $300. It's going to be a lot of examples, scripts you can use, templates, dialogues, technical stuff, the simple equipment you're going to need. I will show you how I do a lot of my videos on a simple budget. It's going to be really exciting. I'm very excited about it. All right, my friends, our hour is almost up. That means our almost last session of this year. Let me just switch this here. Almost last session. We're going to do one more next year before we break for vacation. I mean, I'm taking my family, my mom, Hannah's parents. We're going to go on a little vacation, but we'll do one more live next Tuesday. We're going to wrap up. What I would like you to do, and we talked about it on a previous live, is spend a little time analyzing this year. Ask yourself what worked. Ask yourself where the business you got, where did it come from? And ask yourself what didn't work. What was the plan and what got in the way? And then come up with a simple plan, how many leads you need, how many appointments you need, how many listings you need for 2017, and how you're going to get there. Basic roadmap. Now, I will do the How to Have the Best Year Ever webinar again in January. We're going to run it again because I think time-wise it's very appropriate. Even if you took it with me before, still come back. Do the exercise again. Many of you got some incredible results. Houses and cars and vacations and debt-free living, which is amazing. Yes, you still have to do the work. That's the only part I can do for you. But as far as giving you information and guidance and inspiration, I'm here for you. All right, my friends, time well spent, don't you think? I enjoyed it very much. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks for being here on live. Thanks to you guys, my subscribers on YouTube. If you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. We're posting about 1 or 2 good videos every week. Cool stuff coming your way. All right. This is it for today's live. I'll see you the same place, same time next Tuesday, noon Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Pacific, here on YouTube and on Facebook. And with that, your Coach Borino signing off. I appreciate you. Let's go get him. Bye, everybody. Have a terrific afternoon.